Advanced Christmas tree.
Vi har lite försinkelser så 10 minuter, men strax kommer det bli ordningsvårdscenter och kommunen. Das Hauseck zu den Bussen. Ich werde vorausgehen. Der Hans und Sie folgen mir einfach.
Henningsworth, the northernmost town in the world. Just like to show you the southernmost town in the world.
Hvis vi har mulighet, da kan vi stoppe ved tørrfiskgjelder. Fordi da er det blekkmark på veien tilbake, så vi får ikke sett det.
Right. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
And welcome to our little Arctic paradise, Honningsvåg. My name is Clinton. I will be guiding you today. The gentleman that is going to be driving us safely up and down from the mountain today is Frank. Our drive time up to the North Cape is approximately 40 to 45 minutes.
Her kommer en bil.
Fishing villages found on and around Margirøya. Margirøya is the island we're currently on. This is the largest of the fishing villages with approximately 2,500 residents year-round. Yes, there are some of us mad enough to do it. Our main income during the winter time is fish and fishing. Okay, so as we go up around the corner, just down to the left here behind this orange house, you'll see some stock fish drying racks. We're going to stop there for a quick second because our trip on our way back.
Cotton, yes sir.
Okay, so this is where they're drying.
Okay, so this is stockfish. Stockfish is an unsalted dried fish. Up here in Finnmark, most of it is skrei, or the Atlantic run cod, the big cod. Okay, unfortunately it is the main road, so we can't stop for more than a couple of seconds. So, but we will see it again on the way back. It's not very well lit, as this is the only road in town, but it does go both ways. So we'll see it when we get back. As you saw there, we hang the whole fish. We remove the side. We have a filling station, one of the northernmost filling stations in the world. Yes, I know it is incredibly boring, but I want to point out the sign. Okay, not the sign in and of itself, but the placement of the sign is vitally important. It's actually standing on the 71st degree of latitude. So now we're 71 degrees north. Feel the difference as we passed over the line? A little colder, yeah. And then we have Rema 1000, or Rema 1000. One of two grocery stores here in the village. It's our largest grocery store and plays a big role in our daily lives. It's got a real big entryway where they put out chairs. It's lit year-round, it's heated year-round, and they also offer free coffee. So it's one of our little meeting spots. So if we have friends or relatives, first-time visitors to the island, it's real easy. As you come onto the island, what we say is take the first right. The next right, meet us at the grocery store, and from there we'll move on to the next pub. Just a little bit of an idea on our priorities up here in Finnmark. 2 grocery stores, 6 pubs, and all of them are full during the winter, and not the grocery stores. Okay. Is this microphone cutting out at the back? Oh, it's okay. It's okay? Yeah. Margir Aya. The island we're on. I think I offended a few of the locals, the Norwegians, when we first arrived here. When I first arrived on the island and asked them, you know, what's the story? Had you all visited the 6 pubs twice before you named the island? You know. And then behind that, we have that big red eyesore back there. That is Scandic Shipsfjord. The largest hotel we have on the island, around 540 bed places, okay, bed capacity. It is only open during the summer. During the winter, I mean proper winter, halfway up the 2nd floor will be covered by snow and ice, so we can't even get in the front door. Okay, that hotel, just a small bit of it was actually built here on the island, completed in 1992. The rest of it came almost like IKEA flat packs from Lillehammer, where it was built as housing for the athletes in the 1990s. And coming up on our right hand side, we have a road heading down into this next fjord. That one goes to Komøyvær. Komøyvær is one of 3 fishing villages we will pass on our way up to North Cape. Has an approximate population of 64 permanent residents. Okay, one of those being Eva Schmuttere, who is a very well-known artist around these regions. She does some incredible paintings and frescoes of North Cape through all 4 seasons. You should see. Remember we talked about the name in Sami, steep and rugged coast. So now we start getting a bit of an idea on how aptly named the island is in Sami. Steep and rugged coast. Down here to our right hand side we have a little lake. Now our lakes here, well, the lakes there under all the snow and ice. The lakes are very clear, very clean water, so with very, very little water purification. They're actually piped down into the villages. So 100% safe to drink the water when you drink from the taps up here. Little idea on our snow. That little gap there, that valley there that you saw, that thing has probably got about a wall of about 12 meters of snow in there during the winter. It goes straight between the 2 mountain tops. So we get a lot of snow up here, which is interesting when it happens. We have, like I said, our storms, approximately 300 days of the year up here where the wind blows, okay, to a certain degree. So we try and get that wind to help us, especially with our roads. If you take note of the roads, all of our roads are built up above the surrounding terrain. So just so that we can get the wind to help us keep the roads clear of snow. It works until we get our big snowstorms. A big snowstorm for us is anything from 3.5 to 4 meters, 4.5 meters of snow, dropping in a period of about 6 to 12. Out of the bus, you'll see our snow is incredibly white. Our air up here is very, very clean, okay? So if you look out and imagine, say 3 meters of snow lying outside there, everything is fairly even, and it all is all that crystal white color, that pure snow color. Even our roads, okay, so everything goes in one here. So it's funny. So yeah. Now, just short of the top of the post, you'll see there's a little silver strip of tape. That's a reflective strip. It just helps us find our way in our polar nights. Okay, polar nights up here, they last a while. We will, our sun went down on the 20th of November. Okay, we will not see it again until the 22nd of January. In Honningsville, we'll see it for 21 minutes on the 22nd. This is about as light as it gets. Any Scots on board? No Scots? Well, yeah, sort of. Okay. wait until I come to the punchline and then we'll...
Lived there 39 years and now in England.
Okay, now the reason I bring that up is Scotland, at one stage in the mid to late 50s, believed that the white-tailed eagles were killing off all of the lambs. They couldn't have that, so they killed all the whitetails. All the whitetails, thing is, they all speak Norwegian. Okay, a little bit about myself. As you can hear from my accent, I'm not Norwegian, although I have been living here for 14 years, up on the island for about 2.5. I am originally born in Zimbabwe, raised around southern Africa, and where I've been a safari guide for pretty much most of my life. Now the reason I tell you this is because I promise you I love my wildlife, so we will talk about the reindeer. Okay, even though we won't see any today, there are none left on the island. They're all left to their winter feeding grounds. Okay, so we will talk about the reindeer. We will talk about the 1 people, 19 chickens, 8 cats, 4 dogs, and 1 rabbit. And if you look over the side out of the right-hand window now, there's Scotchwold there, in that little valley there. Okay, now little idea on how hard. I was actually very fascinated. About 2 years ago, I took a walk over the back end of the island here, and I came across a very strange coloured purple carpet. Took a bit of a closer look and found out it's actually a wild growing orchid that we have up here. It's an Arctic species of orchid known as the Adam and Eve orchid. If anybody's up from the northern parts of the States, they get it up there as well, but there it's a creamy color and they call it the mudroot orchid. You've got to try this at least once in your life. Explain it to you. Okay, convoy driving. When they close that boom, everybody has to wait, and by each boom they've got a convoy times on a big board, and it's just there to make sure that everybody gets up safely to the end of the road. I've arrived on this island twice. The first time I came on holiday and I flew in. The second time, a couple of months after that, I went back to the southern parts of Norway, packed up my kit, and I drove up here. And when I arrived in my little gulping of islands over there, affectionately called by us locals, or known by us locals, as the pregnant lady in the bathtub. Yeah, that is Stockholm. That is Stockholm. That's our bird breeding colony. Okay, we'll talk a bit more about that on our way back. Okay, so yeah, and this snowplow arrived, and out jumps this tiny little girl. Where the road goes, and guess where she is on the road, and guess where the guy behind you is. So it gets the heart going. So as I said, any extreme sports enthusiasts got to try that at least once. Not sure who was screaming louder, my little Volkswagen Golf or myself. Okay, so anybody would like, this is not that you have to do it, but if you would like to join me for a walk, I will walk and explain Knivskjellodden, a vitally important peninsula. I'll point it out as well. And we talk a floor down, bathrooms, the toilets if you need it whilst here. -2, they have a nice little display of some of the more common seabird species found up here during the summertime. Down on -3, the last floor down, that's where you'll find the cinema. Once you walk out of the cinema, you will have a tunnel continuing on towards the north. In there you have 3 display windows with evil Caprino dolls. Okay, this explains the full history of this plateau. So if you're interested in dates, times, who was here.
This place is called North Cape, the northernmost point in the world. Remember, northernmost point in this world. King of the Northern Tip. Totally ice, but not freezing as I saw it in Regeringsparken in Oslo. See my hands offhand. It's icy and slippery.
I was born in Poland.
South Africa for a long
Oh,
time.
right, yeah. Whereabouts in South Africa?
We stayed for I think in Victoria. Funny coming to this part of the world from another area.
Yeah, we'll actually be surprised. I mean, so far every bus tour I've had at least one South Africa
Really?
the last month, I think.
Yeah.
So we do get out and about.
And then 50 other people.
Okay, walkers. The main reason we're here right now. Kniv, shell, odden. Kniv is a knife. Shell is a mussel or an oyster. Odd is a peninsula. Okay, so the peninsula is shaped like the old oyster knives. Okay, that's why that's the name of it. Anybody want to hazard a guess as to why it is so important?
It's a landing site.
Nope. It does look it though. Shelter. No.